When I was 18, I had a pretty scary experience. As most 18-year-olds feel, I thought I was invincible. I thought that I could go out and do whatever I wanted without telling anyone my location. For some context, I didn't drive, and I was still living in my mom's. One night, a friend had invited me to go out to a party. At first, she told me she would pick me up and we would go together, but then the story changed. She then said that the party was moved to a different location, and her male friend would be picking us both up. At the moment, red flags should have been really alarming, but I let it go. I filled my bottle with alcohol and watered it down. I always did this when going out because I could be sober-minded enough. When they pulled up, I had approached the car that had tinted windows, and I got in the back seat next to my friend. I then realized that there were actually two men in the front of the car instead of one. They passed blunts as soon as I got in the car, but I denied it while my friend started smoking. At this time, it was already pitch black out, and I've always been directionally challenged, but I tried to analyze the area to make it out to where we were headed. About 30 minutes into the drive, they had pulled off the major highway, but not into a neighborhood, into a shady hotel. I had a gut-wrenching feeling, and the guys headed inside while my friend smoked another blunt. The guys came back out and they said the rest of the group had canceled, but they had got a room anyway so we could drink. This was when my stomach then sank. I just knew this was shady, but my friend was already high and I wasn't willing to leave her. So we went up to the room which had two beds and started drinking and playing games. Everything was going pretty well actually, until they wanted to play truth or dare. I picked truth each time, until my friend picked dare. They dared my friend to make out with me. She actually tried to approach me and do it, but I pulled away. It was because she was my friend since kindergarten, and I would never come on to her like that, especially because she was very drunk and cross by this point. That's when the guys started to get more serious and aggressive, asking us to do it. I still refused, but I said I was going to the bathroom. I started to text my friend while in the bathroom, asking her if she felt like the guys were weird, and I asked her how long she knew them for. She said that she only actually knew one of the guys, and had only talked to him for a few months. This was her first time meeting them. I was so nauseous from this, and I overheard them offering her to spend the night. She sounded super uncomfortable. I was so scared tonight would be the night where we ended up as just another statistic. I bent over the toilet and I vomited, making sure it was loud enough to hear. My friend then rushed to me, and the men then stared from the other room. I asked if they could give me a water, while my friend asked for something to eat, as she had an empty stomach. After convincing the two guys, they left to go to the store across the road, and I then convinced her that we needed to leave. This situation just felt so off, and they were making us both very uncomfortable. After some time of convincing, I had her grab her things, and we then rushed to the lobby bathroom. I then called us each an Uber, and we left, but her Uber came first. I had watched her leave, and I told her to send me her location so that I knew she made it home. However, when my own Uber finally showed up, I rushed out the doors, but then suddenly, someone grabbed my arm. It was one of the men. He asked where I was going, and I told him that my friend was going to be picking me up because I felt sick, but his grip still tightened. I was scared for my life now that I was all alone. Luckily, the Uber driver was right in sight and then rolled down the window staring at us. Once the man noticed this, he let go of me. I was able to rush into the car and then get home around 2 a.m. I was so relieved but still terrified. To this day, I'm still terrified about what could have happened to me or my friend if I didn't bring my own bottle. I really hope I'll never end up in a situation like that again.